Alright, hello everyone. So, sorry for not posting a lot last week. I just kind of took a little bit of time off and kind of relaxed from the major Easter Sunday outbreak. But now we are looking at a tropical depression 1E that is formed in the eastern Pacific. Oh my god, Pacific. There we go. Currently, this is the current satellite imagery of this. We have it kind of sitting, it's off to the west of Mexico, and we'll be taking somewhat of this type of path right here. So that's what we're going to be currently looking at right now. So we're going to break a little bit of this down. Right now it's currently turning clockwise. I cannot talk again today. Jeez. So we're going to watch this. It doesn't look like it's going to become a tropical storm. It's just going to remain a tropical depression. I'm going to show you guys current winds on this thing. Let me show you that really quick, because it's not that bad. So we have, I looked, it's like 29. I would imagine that's like, this is sustained winds that are 29 miles per hour. And the wind gusts are, 40 to 42 miles per hour with the wind gusts. Those are peak wind gusts on the eastward side of this. I don't know why I said westward. Yeah, this is the westward side of this. So that's where we're seeing the worst amount of winds. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the National Hurricane Center. So this is the forecast that they have for it. So you can basically see at 8 a.m. Saturday. So we're past this now. That's where it was currently at. 5 a.m. Sunday, we have this. It's still a tropical depression, and it ends up, this is possible. So we're going to keep an eye on this, because yet again, we're pretty far out. We don't know exactly what's going to exactly happen with this storm, because it could change dramatically. So we're going to have to keep an eye out, because, it could end up being a little bit worse than we previously anticipated. And we'll just have to keep an eye out on it, because you can see that it's going to be a tropical depression, and then this is probably just going to be post-tropical right here. But we could also see something else pop up. We could see something that favors the development of this thing even more and make it more likely to develop even stronger. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for it, because we don't know what's going to happen with this storm. So, this is before season. Yeah, it's before season. So, season for the Pacific doesn't actually start until May 1st, and this is April 25th. This storm has started brewing up. So, this is pretty interesting that we're seeing it. So, we're pretty much, ahead of the average season. So now I'm going ahead and take you to this. This is the GFS 6-hour average precipitation rate. So you can see here it is right there, and it's going to just kind of remain there for just a good amount of time. Basically, it's gonna right now is basically kind of like what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be at its strongest point where it's at right now. This is its strongest area, everyone. And because as we keep moving forward, you can still see the little bit of the yellow in there. Right there is where we see that some yellow, but it's very small. And as we keep moving forward, it's kind of, we still have that yellow area, and it just kind of eventually, as it moves northerly or northwesterly, it eventually just dies off and becomes one with all this moisture. And that's a big thing with this. We have all this moisture in the eastern Pacific that is going to really fuel some storms, because we have a bunch of moisture. We have some good water temperatures for development. Just a bunch of good conditions. But yeah, this thing, it really is going to be a very quick-lived storm. So it's Saturday, and then as it's basically going to die out around late Sunday. Late Sunday is when this thing will eventually die out. It's looking like I'm going to show you guys wind shear, and this is a big role in it. So what we're looking at currently, you know, this is where the storm is like at. Hold on, this is Wednesday. Hold up. There we go. So this is Saturday. You can see we do have this area of, like, we have some really calm winds that won't really tear this thing apart, but it also enters this over here, which is a really strong wind shear that'll tear this storm apart, and that's what we're looking at currently. Because that's basically what's going to happen. The wind shear is going to tear it apart as it moves in. You can see the wind shear starting to get to it. And now it eventually just rides up into there and ends up dying off. So that is what we're looking at. Also, another thing I want to show you guys is the marine instability, which is also something that will help fuel storms. And I think the biggest thing with this is in the Eastern Pacific, we have just all this warm and not like, this is not stable waters, so a lot of instability here is what I was trying to say before my brain said nah fam. Yeah, we have all this instability in the Eastern Pacific, and another thing I've noticed when looking at this is the instability that is in the Gulf of Mexico and the surrounding areas around it. There's a lot of instability over there as well. That is also going to help fuel these storms. So, you know, we have to keep an eye out on the Gulf of Mexico. So I would imagine that there's going to be some type of early storm also in the Atlantic that pops up, because that's basically how it always is. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. And another thing I'm looking at as well is how instability starts building up over here more, and we get more of this grain start kind of shooting up towards California. It's another thing I want to keep an eye out on, but we have good instability in this area, everyone. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out on it because it is looking like a pretty interesting storm. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try and, I'm going to see if I can find it really quick. Where is it at? There we go. Simulated IR satellite. So this is basically so this is where it is, you know. This is what we're looking at. We have this counterclockwise motion to it. The storm is rotating that way, and as it moves northerly, we have that peak right here, and that's probably Sunday. We have that peak and some pretty good thunderstorms, and then it will just die off. As you can see, it just disintegrates as it moves to the north. So that's what we're going to have to keep an eye out on. This is going to be a pretty interesting storm. I honestly really enjoy forecasting hurricane season because it is just, you know, it's really like the whack-a-mole game. You hit it and then it's gone. You have to keep forecasting, and it really takes a lot of, you know, hard work to try and figure out where the storm's going to make landfall and all that, and figure out what's going to happen with it. And even if you have to figure out if it's going to be a major storm when it actually does make landfall. So that's what I'm going to pretty much enjoy this hurricane season, as it is looking like a pretty above average hurricane season, possibly, with good warm warm water in the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. That's going to be a pretty good area. We'll have to see how the wind shear plays out as well, because the wind shear could be a big role in deciding how many hurricanes will make landfall and how bad the hurricane or tropical storm will be when making landfall to America or any of the surrounding regions. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. I'm not asking for you to do it. I don't really care if you do. Just, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And thank you guys for passing 100 subscribers. I said that a lot, but I'm just kind of shocked that we got that far. So we're going to have to just... yeah, I'm just gonna I just want to thank you guys for that. That's insane, okay? I don't even know how that happened, but it did, so thank you. So, yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. I could have another upload today, so keep on the lookout for that. And without further ado, goodbye, everyone. Come on, phone. So dumb.